today in this podcast. So, we are going to speak about problems, but we are not going to keep it like a problems. We are going to speak about how we can convert, we can transform the challenges that we have in life in opportunities. Why? Because life it's full of that kind of obstacles. Yes. Um, During life, during the days, you can hear people with many problems, and also we have our own problems. So we have our own issues, things that we are not happy, things that we would love to change. And that's the topic for today, because I believe like if we see the life in a different way, we are going to progress faster, advance faster. And what do that means to advance? For some people are probably to get to different levels in life and have a better life, quality life. For others, it's probably they are going to make more money, they are going to have better relationships, better health, better jobs, better. So it's about how can we improve. But for other people, probably it's how they can find peace and love, and how they can feel spiritually better. And that's the topic for today. So to start, uh, everything, in my opinion, it's about mindset. It's not about what do you have here in your brain. It's how you can connect from here to your heart, because this is the way that you can use everything that you have. You sometimes you need to use all the tools that you have. It's like when you have a problem, when you need to solve something, and you don't have an option, and probably you have a deadline. You said, okay, how can I go and solve this problem? And you just start looking around, and you find, or finally find, some tools that you are going to use. That's the goal. So the first thing that I want to talk is about every time that you have a problem, every time that you have a challenge. I like to call challenges instead of problems. uh, every time that you have one of those. So the first thing is, don't speak about that after 3 days. Linda, what do that means? Yes, like usually in our brain we start changing the story. That means like we start editing the problem, the situation. And sometimes it's not the same the situation as the truth, as the thing that happened. And we confuse sometimes that two terms: the situation, how was the situation, the event, and what is the story that we are saying. Because remember, you have your own view. So sometimes we cannot see the other person's view because we have different backgrounds, because we have different culture, we feel in a different way, we have been living in different environments, we have different ages, we have different experiences. So are many situations that create that the event it's different from one's perspective to the other one. So that means like the more you speak about that problem, the more editing process you are going to do. Is not the same the event or the situation that you speak with someone the first day when the situation happened, and 2 or 3 days later. So always, I speak today, I speak tomorrow. And what about if it's in 1 week and I'm talking with different people? That means like it's not time to tell them. So I just try to, instead of edit the story and add more details, try to cut the story. And the first thing is, try to think of like every thing that happened is an opportunity. So was a lesson. It's like when you go to school and you have a problem and you couldn't solve the problem. It's a lesson that you are learning, and someone explained it to you. And once you understood, so you are going next time to do it different. So that means like that's the way that you solve a problem. That's the way that you solve a situation. Next time I'm going to be better. But here, don't blame anybody, because nobody is going to do something just because they want to hurt someone. It's because it's the way that they see, and sometimes people react. And here we are going to speak about the next one. Mm, uh, s- Sometimes we have some emotions, but we convert that emotions and feelings. What is the difference between emotion and feelings? So emotion, it's something that happened to you. It's instinctively, like it's from your instinct. It's something that happened in your body. Like you have a conversation with someone and you don't feel comfortable and your face is turning red. That's an emotion. That's something that you cannot hide. You're in certain parts and you feel scared. So someone yelled, or you went and it was so dark and you start just your heart start beating up a lot, so like fast. So that means like it's an emotion that you are feeling. You are hungry and you get angry. So that means that this is an emotion. That's the difference with the feeling. The feeling, that means like it's going from the emotion to your mind, and you start thinking about that. And every time that you think about something, you can extend the problem or you can short the problem. When you speak about emotion, we have limit time for emotions. So you are scared about something, but then it's done. So you are not going to be scared unless you go to the same situation. But in your mind, you cannot extend that situation. So that means like this is a feeling. And if you try to control your feelings, because remember, are in your mind, so that is something that if you understand what was the situation, if you said, okay, and I need to think about what is the situation that happened here, why I react this. So that means like you are going to get conscious, because sometimes we don't get conscious about this stuff. Sometimes you just go around about one topic and around and go and go and go and just extend this the thing, and it's harmful for everybody, not only for me, for the other person, for the other person that was involved. Sometimes instead of try to find solutions, we just try to find who we can blame, whose fault was um for this problem. And that's the thing that we need to try to avoid, because here on earth we need to try to do every day something better, every day to bring more peace, more love, and just remember that here we are just for a little time. It's not permanently. And if we do our best, and once we go, we leave to another state, uh we need to live a good, like people remember us in a good way, like some lessons that they learn. Like if you met someone, that person, probably that person is not going to remember your name, but they are going to remember the thing that you said to them. So the next one, yeah, if you cannot speak something positive, just don't speak about something negative. Just try to be neutral. What about if you have a bad emotion and you want to cry, and then you start feeling the problem and you said, no, I just want to cry, or I want to be angry and I want to hit something or something. My recommendation is go to a park, go to the nature, and I'm going to explain you why. When you go outside to see plants around the nature or water, so nature, the plants, they take the carbon dioxide and they convert that with with the sun and with the in energy. Yes, that's the food that they have, and then they expel um oxygen. And what happened with us, we do in the other side, in the other way. So we take oxygen and we convert inside of us. So once we do all the process with the cells in carbon dioxide. So that means like we have the perfect match between both the plant and us. So that means like if you are going to cry, if you are going to speak to about all your angry and everything that happened that you cannot understand, that you are just thinking and thinking and thinking, go outside, spend one day in a in the nature, in another place like that. Can you can just cry, because sometimes we cry and cry and cry with some people, and people just get what happened to you and they want to know more, and so we want to tell them more and more details, and it's when we create a big snowball. Yes. And also because sometimes it's wonderful that you can cry with friends, that you can cry with someone that do care about you, but sometimes we just start speaking about our problems to people that it's not that they don't care, but probably they cannot help us. Always try to see who's the person that I want to share my problems, that they do care. uh, Hope like they are not going to give you their advices unless you think that they are the people that you really believe like they can be a good advisor. So that means people that they are on top of you, because yeah, sometimes we just speak with people that they just say, yeah, that's bad, yeah, that was terrible, and they, instead of they give you calm, they just, it's like they put more fire, and that's something that you don't need. So that's the next one. That's converting in opportunities. So every time that you see a problem, just check, okay, how can I deal with this problem? So what is the lesson that I need to learn here? How can I focus on solving the problem? If someone tell me you cannot do that, or I'm thinking like I cannot do that, why I cannot think, okay, how can I solve the problem? What is the opportunity? It's not now, but that doesn't mean like it's not forever. Probably I need more time. I need to do my research and try to find more ways to solve the problem. But also try to follow the rule of the three. What is the rule of the three? Three times. So if you have an idea, first, during the first 3 days, act, do something. So use the verb to be or to do or to make. Why? Because every time that you have an idea, that means like the universe, God, the angels, so they are telling you something that you said, that could work, so I can do this. But if you don't act that day, at that moment, or the following day, you are going to lose that idea. Because it's like you are so energized, okay, you know how. You have a lot of energy, and then you are in a peak, and then time goes, and you just go, oh no, 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 and you start just thinking, oh, that's not a good idea, or probably, and you just start putting obstacles instead. If you do something about that idea the first day, probably that idea is going to grow, and you are going to start working in your project. So that's good. The other thing is, if it's more than, pay attention around you. If you have something that you try at least 3 times, because you need to give them the opportunity, like probably was not for the in this time. Also try to listen around you, what the universe is saying to you, what the universe is telling you. Like sometimes you heard something that is positive and you said, they like this. So if someone like this, probably is something that is going to work, that that's going to help you. So that's the second thing. What else? So that's speaking about opportunities. um, you are going to find a way. I'm sure that you are going to find a way. But if it's more than 7 days, more than 7 times that you are also trying something and it's very hard, you already spent a lot of money, you already spent a lot of time, and you are not seeing results, think about, okay, probably this is not means for me. We cannot get everything that we want. Why? Because we came to earth to do something. So we have a mission here. For that reason, you have things that you are really good doing. So that means like if I'm really good doing this, so that means like this is probably my mission. So it's on this way. So every time that something is easy for you, that means like the universe is telling you go to the for this pathway. But also every time that you have challenges, that means like the universe is telling you this is not the right things that you should do. So change it the way, because sometimes we have two options. One, it's to quit. The second one, so when you quit, it's like you leave, like you didn't complete the homework. Always try to complete the homework. So that means like next time, if it was not for you, you won't have that problem. So that means like it's not for, like you already accomplish that homework. In life is like school. When you do first grade, that means like not only that you pass to second grade, that also means like you prepare yourself for second grade. And that's life. Every time that we have a problem, or if no, if you don't believe that, think about something that happened to you and you change and you said no more, no more. But because you just cut the relationship or you did something, you put your limits. So next time you have another and it's the same, and you said, why I'm in the same situation another time? That means like you haven't solved that problem. So that means like, yes, you can see opportunities in all the challenges that life is giving to you, because remember, everything is perfect. You don't speak with someone just because of yes. You are not watching this podcast just because you don't have anything to do. It's because for some reason you are here. And that's it. That was the podcast for today. I hope you like, and see you soon.